Over at Japanese newspaper Asahi Shimbun, Toyota developing EV-only car platform so it can better compete with Tesla. Welcome to Kirky Cars. I'm, of course, Kirk. And if you're into electrified vehicles, make sure to subscribe. And if you are interested in Toyota's transformation into an electric mobility company, make sure to smash the like button. But before we break down this article, let's talk about what's going on with Toyota. Well, first of all, Akio Toyoda, CEO and president, has just stepped down. Make sure to watch my full breakdown on my main channel, talking about how Koji Sato, president of Lexus, is stepping into the role to help progress the vehicle company forward in the age of electrification. That announcement was like a day after this EV platform announcement. I'm just now finding this information out. So let's get into this information about Toyota's new battery electric vehicle platform. They had two options. They knew that they couldn't go down the path that they were currently on with the ETNJ platform, with the BZ4X, with the Lexus RZ. They know it's a dead end because it can't keep up with cost parity with a fully battery electric platform with Tesla or other fully battery electric skateboard platforms. The ETNG platform is essentially a derivative of probably their most popular platform, the K platform. The TNGA-K platform more specifically, and it is incapable of being as efficient, as cost efficient, and just competitive against this battery electric vehicle platforms out there. So Toyota's two options. So back to that, their option was to, hey, let's reinvest in the ETNG platform and try to make it competitive, or we're going to go a far more costly route and develop a battery electric vehicle only platform that will never see a combustion engine in it at all. And this isn't the first time we've seen Toyota or Lexus ditch a platform. Their current L platform that underpins the LC and the LS is a dead end in terms of performance and modification. We've had rumors for years talking about the twin turbo V8 going into the Lexus LC and making an LCF, but it never satisfied the performance requirements from Toyota, Akio Toyoda, and Koji Sato. So they scrapped the LCF, and that's why they're coming out with a brand new platform, which will underpin the new LFR. But let's get back into electrification. And it looks like they've gone with option number 2, which I thought they needed to go down because that is the better option for longevity and long-term profitability as well as competitiveness. So let's break down this article. Toyota Motor Corp has decided to radically shift gear in how it manufactures electric vehicles by developing an EV platform to cut costs, raise production efficiency, and competitiveness. Its strategy clearly aims to put the company in direct competition with EV industry leader Tesla. They say Toyota is moving to mass produce EVs in anticipation that consumer demand for electric vehicles will soon rapidly increase given recent prices at the pump. But let's pump the brakes. Energy prices, especially in Europe and around the world, have skyrocketed to whereas a very efficient gasoline engine or a hybrid is more cost effective to fuel or power than electric vehicles. So maybe long term when we have more available, more cheap energy to us, but in the short term, very efficient hybrids or even very small vehicles still can come out as ahead of electric vehicles in terms of cost of ownership and cost of fuel. But efficiency and low cost of fueling isn't the only reason people are jumping into EVs. They're more powerful, they're quieter, they're smoother, they're more convenient for some people who are able to charge at home. So they have their merits and they have a place in the market, absolutely. Let's keep reading. The nuts and bolts of the car design came down to a car platform upon which the engine, motor, and transmission are mounted. The setup determines a car's driving performance and cost competitiveness. But development costs are high, and for this reason, manufacturers use the same type of car platform for multiple models. Last year, Toyota introduced the BZ4X, its first EV-only model based on a dedicated platform. Well, that was the ETNJ platform. Toyota wanted to use the same platform for other EV models in the future. However, the BZ4X platform, the ETNJ platform, is used in conjunction with gasoline fuel or hybrid cars. It is heavily based off the TNGA platform. As a result, it has a complicated shape with uneven surfaces where the engine block can be mounted. The platform currently in use has parts that are wholly unnecessary for electric vehicles. As a result, manufacturing costs are higher than those for Tesla's EV-only car platform. And Toyota has decided it could not generate decent profits with electric vehicles or compete with Tesla if it kept using the old car platform. So it decided to design a new one. The new EV platform will be flat like a skateboard as no engine will be mounted directly to it. And it will be ideal to mass produce EVs, reducing costs in the process. And a flat surface allows designers more choice on where to mount the batteries, I would say, and motors compared with the car platform for the BZ4X. Toyota has yet to decide when it will launch an electric vehicle using the new car platform, but based on anticipated demand, it expects it will be between 2027 and 2028. So Toyota plans on launching, I think it's like 6 new battery electric vehicles in Europe by 2026. Those are all going to be on TNG platforms, essentially modifications of what they currently have. And it won't be until 2027, 2028 until we see far more efficient and cost-effective and more competitive vehicles from Toyota. That is a kick in the pants, but here's the thing. This could be a double whammy in their favor. The late 2020s is when they should be able to mass produce solid state batteries. And if they're able to be the first competitive automaker with solid state batteries on the market, they could smack everyone and skip a lot of other competitive manufacturers and put them at the front. The chances of them doing that, of course, are very, very slim, but I think it is possible. So maybe if you're a Toyota fan, keep your fingers crossed. In 2027, you get a new battery electric platform, new competitive models, and you get solid state batteries. That would be incredible. Now, they want to remind us, Toyota will make 30 electric models in 2030 or by 2030 and projected annual global sales of 3.5 million electric vehicles by that same year. They sell about 10 million vehicles a year, so 3.5 million is 1/3 of fully battery electric. Currently, they're not even in the top 10 battery electric manufacturer in the world. So they have a lot of things that they need to do in the next 7 years in order to be producing that many electric vehicles. Now, the BZ4X is only made at the Motomachi plant in Aichi. Now, they are saying by 2025, they'll be moving BZ4X to a dedicated line at the Takuoka factory, also located in Aichi. So that will be interesting. And will there be demand for the BZ4X in 2025, 2 years from now, if it's not competitive with other offerings on the market? It'll be interesting to watch this all unfold. And I have other news for you guys today in regards to electric vehicles. Polestar did an update on my main channel about their sister company Volvo and how they're revising the Volvo XC40 recharge as well as the C40 recharge. And make sure to watch my review on my main channel on the XC60 recharge that is still in my driveway. I love that vehicle. Is it worth $75K? That's another question altogether. But Polestar 2 brings more power, performance, and range. So what they're doing is they're giving it more power, more range, bigger batteries. And if you want the single motor, not only is it getting more powerful, it's going from front wheel drive to rear wheel drive. That to me is like a no-brainer. I'd be getting the rear wheel drive model because I don't need all-wheel drive down here in South Florida. And I guess all-wheel drive would give me that 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds, which watch my review on the Polestar 2 because I really enjoyed the vehicle, but the build quality wasn't where it needed to be for the price, as well as the features weren't there, in my opinion, for the price either. So I'd rather get a Volvo XC40 recharge instead. The new motor has an output of 220 kilowatts, up from 170 kilowatts, and its torque has skyrocketed to 490 newton meters, up from 330 newton meters. And I'll put all those conversions into horsepower and torque on the screen for you. 0 to 100 kilometers, or 0 to 60 roughly, has been reduced by over a second down to 6.2 seconds. 0 to 60 will probably be right around 6 seconds. Quick, not necessarily fast. I mean, the XC60 rattled off a 0 to 60 at 4.6 yesterday with my testing, which is just stupid fast for an SUV. The all-wheel drive model has also been upgraded. We're going from 300 kilowatts to 310 kilowatts. So it was about 402 horsepower before. So it's probably around 415 horsepower, somewhere around there. I'll put it exactly what it is. And so they're saying 0 to 60 is 4.5 seconds. I would expect it to be nearly identical to the outgoing model, maybe a tick faster. You got to remember the battery is bigger in this new model as well. Now you can also get up to 350 kilowatts of available power with the optional performance pack, and a 0 to 100 or 0 to 60 in just 4.2, so the low fours. And the increase in power, performance, and driving enjoyment is also available to purchase as a downloadable over-the-air performance software upgrade for any eligible long-range dual motor. Isn't that just, I feel like it's disgusting. Downloadable content in the form of extra horsepower is sickening to me. Paying for it out of the factory is one thing, but here's the thing. Every single dual motor car has the hardware to be able to run at this sort of power and output. And I get it. Maybe it's a convenience factor if you own a dual motor and you want to have that upgraded performance over time that you'll never need because it's already fast as hell. Anyways, I got to keep moving. Long range versions now feature 82 kilowatt hours of batteries from CTL with 27 modules. The standard range versions remain the same at 69 kilowatt hours with 24 modules. But those are provided by LG Chem. So you have a Korean battery in the standard range and a Chinese battery in the long range. Charging rates have been increased, but I think it's only for the larger batteries. We now have 205 kilowatts of DC fast charge for the bigger batteries, and the smaller batteries are around 135 kilowatts. They've been able to disconnect the front motor on highway trips for the dual motor model, and you're getting a massive 105 kilometer increase of range to 592 kilometers at WLTP. I'll put what it is in miles on the EPA range. It's a rough estimate. The standard range single motor version is capable up to 518 kilometers with an increase of 40 kilometers, and the long range single motor variant can achieve up to 635 miles on WLTP, an increase of 84 kilometers. I'll put what that range is also in miles on the EPA cycle for you. But I'm going to end it there. What do you think about Toyota's battery electric vehicle platform? Is it too little, too late? Or will they be able to ride out the next few years just fine? I think they'll be just fine. And battery electric vehicles get better every single year. And they can, they're going to do their Toyota thing. That's playing the long game, seeing what people are doing, see what works for others. And in the background, they're shifting their pieces around, making sure that they're set up for the future. They'll be just fine. But could they lose some market share in the meantime? I guess, but there's still a huge demand for Toyota vehicles. And they're expecting in 2023 to sell like over 10 million vehicles, which would keep them easily in the number one spot. So I think they're fine. A lot of people like to throw down like fire and brimstone on Toyota for not getting their BEV act together. They have time. It's not about first movers or who's doing the best right now. It's who's going to do the best continually going forward. And Toyota has a track record, and a very long one, of being able to do that with their gasoline and hybrid. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.